Hi, Shira7. Today's topic is why do women seem to move on faster after a breakup or long-term breakup? I mean, a long-term relationship breakup. Why do the women seem to move on faster, even if they have kids and stuff? It's people are asking on. I just saw a post on Facebook about it. So the reason that it's easier for women to move on is because she always has a backup plan to begin with. Like when she's in a relationship with someone, she always has that friend on standby, that guy who's waiting, that guy who wants to date her, but she doesn't, you know, date him because she's in a relationship, but he's sitting there waiting, you know. Do you remember Kanye West and Kim Kardashian? She got married like twice and dated a few people and he was like waiting in the sidelines. So there's always that dude that's waiting for your woman to leave you. And um, even though she doesn't let you know about it, or you can't tell that there's someone else, because she's not really seeing him. She might talk to him, online, or text on the phone maybe every once in a while just to check in. But you know basically, when a woman finds a friend like that, or gives her information to a man while she's dating you, it's because that dude has the qualities that you're lacking at the moment. Okay, so she's seeing in that guy what you don't have and what you lack, and so she is tucking him away for plan B in case you and her don't work out. So let's just say you start having some relationship problems, and she starts picking at you for no reason and saying, "You're not this, you're not that, you should be this, you should be that." It's because that other dude is exactly what you lack. And she's looking at him, and then she's looking at you, and she's like, "Am I better off with plan B than plan A?" So just always remember that, guys. You can't slack up. You have to stay on the ball. You have to keep it rolling. You have to keep improving, because there's always that guy out there that's like one or two steps ahead of you, in the game, and he's just waiting on your woman to get tired and sick of you and leave you for him. He already knows the deal. He already knows the kids. He knows their names. He knows their ages. He's probably seen their pictures on Facebook. So he's already prepared. He's like, "Look, I, you know, I like this woman. She's obviously with a guy that's not up to par. It won't be any time, you know, before she leaves him for me. So I'm preparing." In the meantime, they get to know each other, and it's like, if you stay on your game, you don't have to worry about it. That's just a friend in the sideline. There nothing will ever happen. So just the point is, women are natural planners. We're always going to have a backup. We're always going to have a plan B. We're always going to keep our eye out for something better, because women like to move up and move on and improve in life. If she's totally in love with you and you're not lacking anything and the relationship is great, and she feels secure and safe and held down, you know with financially, like she doesn't have to struggle or anything, and she has everything she needs and wants, and she's probably not going to have side dude, plan B, waiting, because she's putting everything into this relationship because you have everything she wants. So I just suggest, before you get into a relationship, you should have all your stuff together and be able to bring something to the table so she doesn't have to look elsewhere for it, or have a plan B when she gets tired of dealing with you, with you trying to make it and trying to do this and living out your dreams and all this. I think people should live out their dreams according to, you know, themselves. Before you get into a long-term relationship or a marriage, already be set up, be on your way to the dream or in the dream already. You can't you can't bring someone else into your dream if that's not their dream. So it's important also to find someone that supports your dream, because if a woman doesn't support your dreams and she thinks they're ridiculous, she's gonna have the plan B and probably plan C. She's gonna be like, well, I'm just with him for a sec. He thinks he's an artist, or he thinks he's a musician. He's 40-year-old rapper. He's gonna make it. This is his year. She might be in love with you. She might like you, but reality is gonna set in eventually, and you can't be a 40-year-old rapper if you've been rapping 20 years and haven't gotten discovered. You can't be something unrealistic that you've been going after for so long and it hasn't panned out. Sometimes you need to switch your dream in order to make a happy family. Sometimes you need to say, okay, well, that was my dream and I tried my best for it to come into fruition, and I met this person, and now I think my dream either has to be put on hold, or I need to find a new dream, or we need to find a dream together. So chances are, if you have a dream together with your partner, girlfriend, wife, or whatever, they're going to be so focused on attaining that dream together as a team, they're not going to have time for side B, plan B. So, the thing is, you need to be on the same page. You need to, keep it moving forward. You can't slack up, and just know that, your woman shouldn't even think about having a plan B if you're a good man, if you're the type of man that she deserves. Because I'm going to tell y'all, a lot of women feel entitled, and that's because we think highly of ourselves, and we should. You can't tell a woman not to think so high of herself and that she feels entitled to everything. If that's how she feels, that's how she feels. You shouldn't try to push her down because you can't climb that high. If her expectations are too high, then yours might just be too low. There is a guy who matches her expectations. There is one out there, and it's probably plan B. So women are really sweet when it comes to relationships. They'll stay in a relationship for the kids, for feeling sorry for you because they think that you couldn't make it without them, or you'd be lost without them. They have that maternal instinct. But once you mess up and they just stop caring, it's over. So I know a lot of you guys probably have plan Bs or side chicks too, but it's not the same as a woman's plan B. A woman's plan B will take care of her. A woman's plan B will let her and her kids move in. A woman's plan B will pay that woman's bills. A woman's plan B is not a side dude. It's a man that's going to take on everything, because why even have a plan B? I don't know if I said so. And why even have a plan B if it's not going to be better than plan A? Plan B is always the backup plan, the go-to plan in case of emergency. Women can have a side dude in 2 seconds. Women can walk outside and say, hey, anybody want to come over? And in 2 seconds, men are coming. It's easy for women to get a side dude. We don't want a side dude. We want the relationship. And if we see a guy that we're interested in, but we're in a relationship, we'll be friends with that person. We'll be like, okay, well, we're just friends. I'm in a relationship, right? And they'll like, yeah, when you gonna leave him for me? And then y'all will laugh, think it's a joke, but he'll really be serious, and you'll know he's serious. And one day when he's drinking or had a bad date with some other chick, he'll call you and say, oh, why are the good ones always taken? Oh, I wish you were single. We're so compatible together. If you ever need a place to go, you can call me. Bam. Side B hooked up right there. So dudes, ladies, always remember, treat your man like number one, or else they're gonna find a number two. Okay? And it's harder for men because they become financially, you know, challenged after a relationship, especially if they have kids. So if you leave your woman, she's gonna go crazy, file child support, do all the good stuff, and then you lose. So keep your woman happy. Don't leave room for plan B. Make her every need fulfilled, and just, you know, do your best. That's all women want. Is for a man to like try and do their best to please her and her in the family, and love. Once you start ignoring that woman, it's too late. A lot of people lose their woman in football season or basketball season because they're so caught up in the sports, and their woman and kids or whatever, they go off and go to brunch with their girlfriends, drop the kids off at the grandma's, and that's where they're meeting men. The men who don't watch sports, the men who are free to buy them drinks and take them out to dinner and stuff like that. That's where they meet those guys. While you're sitting on the couch watching TV, ignoring everybody for 4 and 5 hours, your woman's out, having a ball, meeting Plan B. So you need to remember that. If you're gonna watch a football game, take the woman out to a sports bar, get y'all some drinks, get y'all some shots, get y'all some chicken wings. Do stuff, include her. Even if she doesn't like sports, give her a reason to want to go, like good food or good drinks or a nice ambiance. Don't just sit there and ignore her during football season, because that's when a lot of women start cheating. And usually the guys who don't watch sports are more sensitive, more business oriented, and they got something going on because they're too busy to watch sports. They have a life, they're not wrapped up in, something to take their mind off of reality. So just a warning to heed, you guys. And I know y'all gonna ask me, oh, you married, do you have a plan B? Inquiring minds want to know. Well, let's just say this. My plan B, I would just go back to my mom's, because she has lots of land, lots of room, and I really don't even think that if this doesn't work out, I would ever get married again. I'd rather be single, lady. Anyway, that was my rant about Plan B men. I hope you learned something. I hope you will figure out if you're a Plan B or a Plan A. And keep your women happy. All right.